consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now, so please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Welcome, folks, to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. I am joined with Oklahoma Brian, my co-host, and we have Chip Chirimbus here in the house. Got a great show for you. We are on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can catch us on the American Forces Network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Facebook. Brian, glad to have you back. Rick and I have been carrying the show here for 2 days, buddy, while you were out, taking notes and doing good things. But we... I would have to tell you, buddy, we opened up a double can of whoop ass on these bookmakers the last 3 days, and you helped. You contributed, even though yesterday we were going to have you drug tested by the social media here because you gave out Oklahoma State.
Lasix.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have taken all that acid. I regret it. I'm sorry. I'm back to earth. I'm ready to give out.
That was against Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, but see,
I played Oklahoma State first half. They've actually been a really good first half team so far this year, and Tech struggled on the road, but didn't work out.
Yeah, well, defense travels well, and Texas Tech I think is like second or third in the country in points allowed.
Yeah. But if you notice, Chip, as soon as Brian's pick came out, Oklahoma State, on social media, there was 3 or 4 people. They had 3 letters for that pick. WTF, because Brian has been a staunch Knicks and Oklahoma State. When he gets on somebody, he puts them in a headlock and doesn't let go the whole season.
Well, Oklahoma State, they're certainly not a quality team this year. But Brian, I even looked at that contest myself because there was such an overwhelming amount of action on the Red Raiders, and I always like to fade the side where all the money is on, but I passed. I just settled with one game last night. I had Rutgers, but I was thinking about that game as well. I understand why you went there.
The Oklahoma State roster, I think, consists of 4 scholarship players at this point. They've got nobody left.
Yeah. So yesterday, Brian, on 5th Street here, we go 4-3. Joey Casano's pick wins. So really, from 5th Street selections, we would have went 5-3. That makes us 17-5 for the first 3 days. We got Chip. He's going to give something in the third segment. Of course, Florida Rick will chime in. But, folks, it's our first segment. We got to take a timeout. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Hey, it's Rick Tittle. Ever since I started sleeping on a MyPillow, I noticed something missing from my life: interrupted sleep. No more waking up at 3 a.m. to flip to the cool side of the pillow. No more flat, lifeless pillows. It changed my life, so I'm letting you know you need MyPillow. Well, not actually MyPillow, but your own MyPillow. It keeps its shape and stays cool all night long. It comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Try it, don't like it, return it. MyPillow comes with a 10-year warranty. Do you have a pillow that comes with a 10-year warranty? I don't think so. You can toss a MyPillow pillow into your washer and dryer, and it's like it's new again. Try doing that with your pillow and see what happens. And it's made in the USA. And do I have a deal for you? Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special, and enter promo code COZY. You'll get 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows for half off and free shipping. And don't forget, they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special, and enter promo code COZY, or call 800-966-1472. Be sure to use promo code COZY, C-O-Z-Y. That's COZY.
I got you. All right, guys, we're back. It's Fifth Street Sports, Oklahoma. Brian, my co-host, Chip Chirimbus in the house. I'm Frank Perez. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces, iHeart, Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports. Brian, we've been, yesterday we had a nice little interaction because we're bringing in another kind of I think a good addition to the show. That's Joey Cassano, and he gave out Miami. They win. I asked him to maybe write in and give us another play today. The people were real happy with that. But getting back to the basics, Brian, we've been talking a little bit about how hot we are, but I mean, as far as playing games, but I'm even hotter at this whole thing with this Major League Baseball going on right now. I'm talking to Chip. Rick and I talked about it. This Bryce Harper and the 2 key guys, Machado and Harper, okay? Now, you're going to tell me Rick thinks that Harper's worth 5 wins to a team like the Phillies, and Chip over here thinks that he's worth -6. So,
well, Bryce Harper to me is the Dave Kingman of the modern era. He's hitting .230 every year now after he had that big season, and he's just going for a home. He's swinging for the fences every single swing, striking out tremendous amount of percentage of times. He's a big power hitter. We know that. And, the thing about it, Frank, is he does lead the major leagues in walks, but he brings other things to the table which disruptive in the locker room. I mean, he's had fist fights with not only his manager, Williams, who was from UNLV, and then fist fights with other players. That's when you're bringing so much attention to yourself, you're taking away from everyone else's game, and that's what maybe I was being a bit facetious when I said -6, but I just don't think that Bryce Harper is the player that he thinks he is, and I don't think he's the player that most of the Major League Baseball general managers think he is. Like I said, he's hitting .230 year in and year out, and I don't know if he's got injury problems, shoulder problems, but I watch him at the plate, and I said to these guys earlier, if I was pitching to him, he would hit .212 because he's bailing out on every pitch. He's trying to jack everything to right center and right field, and I would just throw that slow junk on the outside part of the plate.
Okay, Brian. Now you being the businessman that you are, would you hire him?
So I don't actually disagree with Chip on this, and I think this interesting point that a fantasy guy made to me about a couple months ago on this very same subject. If you look in fantasy sports is now, several years into it, we've got millions of people playing fantasy sports. Right. If you look at the guys these are a lot of times guys in their early 20s, big math nerds, but they're smart guys. And if you look at the formula that wins consistently in fantasy baseball, you don't see guys that pay max dollar on the superstar players. Right. They're able to identify kind of the up and coming guys on the lower end of the salary spectrum, and that's the winning formula in fantasy sports. And I, just think from an efficient market standpoint, That's where the value is in real baseball. And I think that Major League Baseball has come to a collective understanding that these $200 million contracts are insane.
Frank,
that there's
no, I'm sorry, Brian. I was just saying, Frank, did you say that Harper turned down 10 years, $310 million, $31 million a year?
Yeah, no, see, Rick, I don't know if Rick had it correct. Rick
That's a lot of
had
money.
eight years for 250. I thought it was 10 years for 300. It's somewhere in that range. Maybe we can look it up throughout the show, but it's at least 30 million a year that he just said that's just not enough for me.
Why do they go to these big long-term contracts? I mean, the first one they gave to was a pitcher named Wayne Garland, who won 20 games. They gave him a 10-year contract and this huge money. I think he won 3 games the rest of his career, and they had to pay him for the 10 years. I don't understand why they go with this longevity. I understand the player wants it, but you don't have to offer to him. You don't. Give him a 1-year deal. They were saying, what's wrong with Bryce Harper signing a 1-year deal for $25 million, $20 million? Let me see him do something. Let me see him be a little bit more productive. I think his numbers are disappointing.
I totally agree. Now, in terms of season win totals, so I don't think Bryce Harper's a good example, but last year when we were talking about with the Giants, with what's his name, the guy Bumgarner, that gets injured, 2 weeks before the season starts. In that case, I think he was worth a good 4 wins in the season win total, because when you have a key player, a pitcher especially, who kind of creates a tipping point to where a team is no longer a viable contender for the playoffs, you're going to end up in a kind of a self-fulfilling outcome where the team realizes they're not going to compete for the division championship, for a playoff spot, and they start to unload players, and that pushes the wins even further. So I think there are cases where a guy's actually worth more than his mathematical value.
Well, I can understand a pitcher, being a +4 or something along those lines. But I have difficulty with player positions. You're saying he's 4 or 5 games better than his replacement, because remember Wally Pipp? I mean, he got a sore foot one day, and I think Lou Gehrig played for the next 18 years.
He got a headache. He had a headache.
I want to see it first.
No, but Brian, but let me refresh your memory. The reason we said 4 wins was because when he got hurt in spring training, he was going to be out the first 2 months. So you and I broke it down, and we said, oh, wait a second, 2 months, that's about 60 games. That might be 12, 13 starts for him. So we said, boy, and it dropped 4 games. I mean, let's in those 13 starts, what would have been good for him? Maybe like 7-4
that'd be great.
And 2 no decisions. And
sure,
if his replacement comes in and just goes 6-6, remember, 4 wins for the year certainly, but 4 wins for 2 months was too much.
That's a lot.
So I think it was overkill, but I also think the realization that in that division you had the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, and the Rockies, 3 legitimate contenders. This Giant team was going to be capable of quitting with any kind of adversity, and I think that losing Baumgartner before the year started was kind of enough to push them below that tipping point.
Oh, they had to be so bummed out before the season even started. I mean, not only is he their ace on the mound, he's one of their better hitters to boot, on top of everything else.
I like that chip, by the way. That's that was clever. The bummed out.
Yeah. Hey, but okay. So Brian, so now let's go to Machado. What do you think about this guy? 300. Chip, you're right. I would say to the Yankees or whoever, go ahead and sign these guys for $300 million for 10 years.
I want a guy that's going to hustle. I mean, I want a guy that wants to win. He doesn't care about winning. He obviously cares only about his own stats. We saw that in the playoffs last year with the Dodgers, and it's just so obvious. I'm for me. And why would I want that guy on my team? I think he takes away from everyone else he plays with. Other players get annoyed with him being out there. Other players are probably talking to each other behind his back about what's going on. And that's a distraction. They are not fully attentive to what they're supposed to be doing because this guy is a clown.
Well, while we were ranting on millionaires, so you were on last Thursday, the day after you were on, Chip, last week. I went on a little bit of a rant on Anthony Davis. I'm curious what you think about this. I don't know if you saw the show, but my take on Anthony Davis is I would be so frustrated with this guy if I were the Pelicans. I would be tempted to play him 48 minutes a game every night. And wear him down, even if it means I get a much lower return in my trade for him after the year.
Frank and I had discussed. I think we've mentioned it twice, at least, on this show in the past couple of weeks, that this Pelican team has been so disappointing. They just don't come up with wins. They seem to have quality players to go along with Anthony to a certain point. But, if he's going to quit on the season and being the dog that he was the last time out, scoring only 3 points, we got to be aware of who he is. And if he's not going to play because he's worried about he's just upset about having to stay in New Orleans, that's very unprofessional, and I expect him probably to come out with a big effort tonight.
Well, Brian, check this out, because you're the first one to start on the Anthony Davis. This guy's gotten so out of hand with New Orleans with his effort versus the cancer that he's brought to this whole team and the chemistry. Now with Machado and everything, Anthony Davis has actually gotten so bad that he's going to be like the new disease for every sport. Like with Machado, they're going to always say, "Oh, are you going to Anthony Davis this?" He's going to be the go-to disease for ruining teams. Guys, Fifth Street Sports back in 3 minutes.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Fifth Street Sports, folks. We are back. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian and Chip Chirimbus. We were just talking about all the brats in the league, and I think that Anthony Davis has clearly defined the new disease for dissension brattiness. Oh, there it is. Brian, there it is. Do you see that? It's called ADS, Anthony Davis syndrome. Thank you very much for that. Boy, you just pulled that up out of nowhere. So there we go. I mean, come on, one superstar can ruin an entire team like that, Chip? You think
Well, I guess so if they put that much value to him. I mean, it looked like they might have had some decent offers previously, but, I don't think it actually hurts the Pelicans to wait here because he's still on a contract for another year. They might be able to deal him during the summer or before the season starts next year and get some compensation that they can use. Turning down 2 number ones, though, that's pretty tough, along with, I think, 4 other players they were offered by the Lakers. But draft picks are nothing but potential, so you don't even know if any of them are going to work out.
I think if the Lakers offered 12 first-round picks, the Pelicans aren't taking it. He's not. I think they're gonna have a hard time trading into the Lakers. I think there's too much bad blood there.
Well, that was predominantly before the trade deadline. That was the talk, is that it was the Lakers making the deal, and they were really pursuing it, and everyone kept envisioning LeBron James and Anthony Davis playing together. And they still may before it's over. But this league. More than one superstar on a team, there seems like troubles. There's troubles in Boston. The only place it seems to work is at Golden State because the big guy there is 4 feet tall.
It's working pretty well in Oklahoma City this year with Westbrook and George. That's
but George, up until this season, the type of year he's having this year has really elevated him. I don't think he was considered that same strata as everyone else prior to the season.
I agree. But he's certainly, he's certainly
he's evolved.
One of the top 2 or 3 players.
Yeah, he's been great.
Hey, well, Brian, now we're coming to the point where these NBA. Now we've been talking about NBA superstars and things. Now we come to the point where this is one of your specialties, the NBA All-Star Game. This is where all these brats get together, and we know how to make money off it.
Yeah, I love betting the NBA All-Star Game, and it's interesting because they change the rules, the format so frequently, but the basic tenets are the same from year to year, and I don't think I'm letting anything out that's overly secretive. The way to attack this game, honestly, is to let the total peak. It usually gets bet up from the time it's released till at least maybe the night before the game. Figure out when that peak number is. Wait for the totals in the quarters to come out, and your best bet every year for first quarter under at the peak number, followed by second and third quarter over. But the first quarter under has been an amazing bet over the last 20 years, and if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. These guys warm up, and then there's like almost an entire hour before they play the game. They have to have their own special rap music and pyrotechnics. Beyonce and Jabberwockies or whatever's they have planned that year. There's so much nonsense that goes on. By the time they actually take the court, it's been like an hour since these guys have warmed up, and then you get the same phenomenon every year when the game starts. It's this whole routine of hey, you're the man. No, you're the man. No, you're the man. Everyone passes the ball like ridiculous. Everyone's so generous with passing in the first 4 minutes. And then all of a sudden it just becomes complete selfish time. But that's enough to make the first quarter usually a pretty good underplay.
That's pretty interesting, Brian, because I think and I believe that for the most part, the public and most people that look at this game are looking to play over. I mean, they don't even anticipate any defense, and playing under in the first period makes a lot of sense to me. It makes a lot. I hadn't considered it because I usually play the whole game, but I understand where you're coming from with this.
Yeah, it's a good bet, and there's plenty to go around for everyone.
All right, now speaking of good bets on totals, okay, here's week 2 of the AAF. Brian, all these totals are now in the low 40s. Last week, 3-1 on the unders. What are we going to do with that?
Well, the scoring's going to improve. I think there's probably a little bit of value on the over. I went through and read a lot of press clippings from the league. Specifically, right after the Super Bowl ended, the kind of the spin from this league was Super Bowl was 13-3. That's boring football. You're not going to see that from us. I mean, these guys are clearly trying to create a product that's high scoring. They just don't have the players yet. And like you said last week, Chip, defenses start off a little bit ahead of offenses in any league, but I expect the offense to pick up, and I think by the end of the year, these guys are going to be scoring in the 50s every week.
Frank had stress playing the under in these games, and he went 3-1 with the unders on the weekend. And there's one team you should play under every single time, and I told you last week about this Christian Hackenberg. I call him Hackenbush because he's a hack, period. 86 total passing yards against this competition. He had like 10 completions in 26 attempts. And of course, Memphis didn't score a point. And their coach came out and said, no, he's really maturing, and he's coming along, and he's only 23. I mean, like he hasn't played football before in his life. I mean, so I think you play under with Memphis, and that's a formula for me because I didn't think this kid could play ever, and he's proven it, being cut by 3 different NFL teams within a 6-month period without even getting onto the field. I don't understand what he's doing around, but they got him.
He's terrible.
Now, Brian, is he worse than that Buffalo guy that you were riding all year? Peterman?
Nathan Peterman? Yes, he is worse than Nathan Peterman. Absolutely. Nathan Peterman's bad, but Hackenberg's way worse.
You know, I saw him in the preseason last year when the NFL channel is showing practices. And before the season started, when they're running drills with no defensive players and they're having receivers run simple 5- and 7-yard square outs, he couldn't even complete a pass. That's how inaccurate he was. But he stays his accuracy is getting better.
Yeah,
I don't see it. I don't think he can play.
So they see.
Brian, now is this Peterman? Is he still on an NFL roster?
I believe he signed with the Lions at the end of the year. He's on their probably the Lions for now. Yeah, he actually a mutual friend of ours actually knows his father, and he says he's a great kid, but he was a lot of fun to bet against. You know, we talked about salaries last week in this AAF. I was kind of doing the math on the back of my mail last night as I waited for my dinner to cook. So these guys are making $75,000 a year. There's about 50 guys on each team, so you figure that's just under 3 million,
3.5, yeah.
3.75.
Yeah, 3.5 for the team. That's pretty funny. So if you think about it, like Tom Brady's making almost as much as the entire league.
and that's taking a pay cut, thanks to Giselle.
Yes, that's right.
She's making more money than he is.
That's funny.
Raiders.
Brian, here's a little correction. Peterman is on the Raiders. Oh no, I got to die.
The practice.
Well, you know, John Gruden reminds me of that guy in your fantasy league who's always picking up like a different quarterback every Monday morning, and by the end of the week, he goes on to the next guy. He's been through a lot of these guys, I think, huh?
Well, I think he's going to stick with Carr until he gets something from the draft, and I think everyone believes that they're going to give up this year as well, and they're gearing for when they move to Las Vegas.
So you don't think they pick a quarterback this year, or you think they?
I think Carr's going to play. I think they may pick a quarterback, but I think they're looking to develop a guy so that when they move into the new stadium in 2 years, they'll have somebody ready. I mean, Carr's getting big money from them, and they're going to have to pay him.
Right. So let's see. The Raiders won about 5 games last year, so they should be. Well, where are they in the draft? Around the 10th?
I think they're 9. I think they're
9. Okay.
Yeah, but they traded because we got a lot of extra draft picks.
Yeah, you're right. I think they might have got one from somebody in their 4 or 5 spot as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, if you notice the strategy last year when the Raiders, the first 3 games of the season, they had the lead at halftime every time. They blew it to the Rams late, blew it to Denver. No, not Denver. They lost the first 3 games really late. Miami and then and then Gruden just shipped it in. Gruden just after that just said the hell with it.
You know, I sort of understand it. He knows they're not going anywhere, and getting rid of – they were going crazy about the defensive player that they sent to Chicago, and he was so outstanding in the playoff game that he actually made 1 tackle. How about that? Yeah. So, the idea that one guy's going to dominate the game the way everyone thought that all of a sudden this guy, was going to be the next Lawrence Taylor just didn't happen. I think you have to give Gruden time. I mean, it was very disappointing. We know what kind of season they had, and they didn't look good either, too. There were times they just didn't look like they were out there playing. But I think he's going to stick with Carr until he can get a quality guy in his spot.
But, Brian, if Peterman starts, you can have my season tickets, all right?
I'll take him.
I'll give him the Chip. But
I'm going to make a over-under on Frank attending a Raiders game. I'm going to put it at the year 2025, over minus a quarter.
Brian, I got to tell you, buddy, and this is a little insider info. Don't make that bet because by the time they kick off over here, our show and our media company is going to be really big, and I will go with free media passes so I can get into the booth and meet the players. I will attend every game unless you fly in and you can have mine. You know.
All right. By the way, they looks like they have the. Is it true they have the 4th pick? Somebody just typed that to me.
I thought in a trade that they got something around 4 or 5. Otherwise, the number 9 stuck in my head.
Okay.
I know. I think the Patriots have the last pick.
As usual.
We got to go to break, guys. When we come back, talk you can bet on 5th Street Sports, Frank Perez, Chip Chirimbus. We have Oklahoma Brian, and we're going to have some picks from Florida Rick, Joey Casano. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
I weighed 329 pounds. I was a heart attack waiting to happen. I got Andro 400. It makes me not so hungry. I started noticing more energy. I noticed my belly was starting to shrink up. I started seeing weight come off, 80-some pounds. I went from 330 to 245. For a 56-year-old guy to lose that much weight, it took something, brother. I feel great. I feel like I was when I was 35 years old.
That was Ruben. Now listen to what Josh says about Andro 400.
Well, I'll tell you, man, that stuff really works. It was insane. I've heard the commercials, for a decade. I was like, I'm just going to try it. My pants are, falling off. It really works. I bought suits last year for my new job, and they're falling off of me. It's insane.
Guys, if you want to lose belly fat, gain energy, strength, and muscle, and look and feel years younger, try Andro 400, the safe, natural, and affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. That's 888-400-0435. Andro400.com.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Hi, Rick Tittle here. Spring is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those home projects done so you can spend spring and summer being with your loved ones. Home Advisor makes it easy to find the right pros for any project. Seriously, whether it's a small project like installing kitchen cabinets, next on my to-do list, or a big project like remodeling that kitchen, just go to HomeAdvisor.com and tell them about your project. In just seconds, you'll be matched with the best pros in the area for your exact job. You can read customer reviews, check availability, even book appointments online. And with their project cost guide, you can check what others paid for similar jobs in your area. No matter what home project you've been thinking about, painting, getting your gutters cleaned, even a big job like a new roof, Home Advisor makes it easy to find and hire the best pros in your area. Find a great pro now before the busy season hits. Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Vodka or,
Guys, it is 5th Street Sports. We're at the segment that is talk you can bet on. Sports. We're on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network. Catch us on American Forces, also on iHeart, YouTube, Twitter. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian and Chip Chirimbus. Brian, during the break, we made a line on a game. There's a big college basketball game being played this Saturday, and that is going to be Tennessee at Kentucky. Let's see if your line matches ours. We got a line on it.
The game's at Kentucky, you say, right?
Yep.
Right.
Wow, this is really the battle for SEC. Tennessee's been the better team all year, but Kentucky's got so much momentum.
Even though they took a defeat at LSU the other day, I agree with you. I think they're playing really good basketball.
LSU also really up and coming team. By the way, there are so many rumors surrounding this LSU team and potential shenanigans going on. I just say hang out for the next 2 weeks, and I think something's coming down with LSU. I think there's going to be a big story with LSU. Yeah.
Are you talking about the suspensions or violations of team rules, or is this an NCAA thing?
No, I think it's going to be a journalistic thing. I think there's going to be a big article coming out on LSU. But I think that there's something where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, do you have a number? Tennessee at Kentucky?
Yeah, because we got ours.
Yeah. Okay. Tennessee at Kentucky. I will say I'm going to make Tennessee 3.
All right, because I went the opposite way. I thought Kentucky would be favored by 1.5, 2.5, in around there.
Yeah, I was going to make it 2. Kentucky 2. He said 2.5-ish. But boy, you flipped all the way over, huh?
I'm starting to. You know what? If we have, we've got Florida Rick will make a number if he's watching. I'm curious to see what.
Or if any of our listeners wanna make a number on that game, like feel free to chime in. Joey Casano, if you're on there, make a number on this game. But in the meantime, Brian, I have been just trying to get a hold of Rick. Unless you have his plays, you have his plays for tonight.
I
do not. I do not. So then, while we wait for Rick's plays, all right, Chip, why don't you give the listener something at chipwins.com?
All right, at chipwins.com tonight, I'm highlighting the NBA game between Oklahoma City and New Orleans. And, here we have the storyline should be Russell Westbrook coming in with triple doubles. He's had 10 in a row, 11 in a row, whatever it is. And as a matter of fact, the last game he played, he had a quadruple double, because not only did he have doubles in points, assists, and rebounds, he also had double digits in turnovers. So you got to be careful with this team. Though they are 11-5 against the number when going to New Orleans, this is a big game for me. I've got it. It's already up there on chipwins.com. Log on, follow the buy links, and get this guaranteed NBA winner. But tonight it was kind of interesting to see Atlanta. What do you think it is, Brian? Atlanta 8.5-point favorite over anybody, even the New York Knicks, who have lost 18 in a row.
He hates the Knicks.
Yeah,
he's fading the Knicks every game.
I bet against the Knicks every night, Chip, but it's worked out really well.
Well, they're 13-15 on the road with the points.
If you break that down though over the last month, what is that record?
They've been atrocious, no question about it. They've only won 4 home games. I mean, they've won 6 games on the road, 6-23, but they've won 4 home games, and like you said, 18 in a row, and they haven't been covering. This is beyond floundering. It really is. This team's in serious trouble.
Now, Brian, I've been charting it since you started your Fade the Knicks crusade. I believe you only have one no cover. I think they covered. They got beat every time and covered against except for one. So You're on a pretty good roll with this squad. Fading the Knicks.
I think they had a backdoor cover against someone recently.
Well, Cleveland beat them, but there was a 3-point loss. It was like against Detroit or somebody like that. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. That's right. It was Detroit. You're right. It was Detroit. And Detroit was in command most of the game, and Knicks made a little bit of a backdoor run.
Yep.
Now, as you know, I don't give out as many selections as you guys, especially Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. But I do have 2. And I hope you guys are ready for this, because I don't give out many, Brian. But you got to realize that the ones that I've given out have been fairly well. Here's mine. Okay, I am going to go with the Memphis Express plus 13.5 in the AAF. I want everybody to write this down. Don't forget it. They're getting 13.5 against the Arizona Hotshots, and I'm going to let you double down. I'm going to let you double down with the Atlanta Legends plus 10 against the San Diego Fleet.
You're sitting here playing Christian Hackenberg.
I certainly am, and this is why, because I'm using some of the things that if you would have ever followed Fifth Street Sports last week, the favorites went 4-0 in the AAF. Now all of a sudden they're 13.5, 10, 7.5. These big dogs. I think they're getting too many points. I'm gonna make those half unit plays on the Memphis Express and the Atlanta Legend.
These games are on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, 2 dogs in the AAF. So now we'll get back to tonight's talk. You can bet on Joey Casano. If you got anything, send it in, brother. Let's give us a free pick at joeycasano.com. And Brian, what about Rick? Is he playing hooky on us or what?
No, I got a couple of things from Rick. Okay, first of all, Rick says Tennessee is a 1.5-point favorite on Saturday.
All right.
I
can see that.
I guess that makes sense. He's got a couple plays in college basketball. He's got St. Mary's tonight.
What's the game number and the spread? Here, hang on a second.
It's near the bottom.
St. Mary's just lost by 48 points to Gonzaga. I think what was the score? 94-46. They lost by 48, and now they're laying 8.5 tonight.
Maybe he's using the do factor.
Well, you know what? They're laying 8.5, and Santa Clara is absolutely horrid. Who they're up against. So there's only one side in this game. It would be St. Mary's, especially looking to see them rebound off of that atrocious performance.
He also has in that same conference. He has San Diego.
What's the spreads on these things?
San Diego. Let's see. That is game. What is it? It's game.
Hang on.
Here it is. Game 642, and they are giving. Looks like they're giving 3 at home against Brigham Young.
How about St. Mary's, Brian? Let me see while we're going through this because Rick did not send in all the full info here. So we got St. Mary's.
St. Mary's has dominated this team, by the way, 13-3-3 in the last 18 contests against the points. Santa Clara just doesn't seem to get there to me.
Wow, they're laying 11. So he's got St. Mary's minus 11.
Is that what it is now?
Yep, and San Diego minus 3. What did you give out today?
I gave out the Knicks over Atlanta as my free play.
Right.
And like I said, I was promoting the NBA game between Oklahoma City and New Orleans at chipwins.com.
Yeah. So you gave out. So you're going against Brian's because Brian, you are going to fade the Knicks again, right?
Yeah, I have Atlanta in the NBA, and what does Rick have? Rick has he's got 2 plays. He's got Oklahoma City and over in the Oklahoma City game. And that's all he has in the NBA.
Oklahoma City and over. Now they're playing the Pelicans, right?
Right. There's only 3 games tonight. Charlotte's playing the other game. They're at
Oklahoma
Orlando.
City. What? Let me see these spreads. We got to give out these spreads for the people because we got to stay accurate. So let me give.
He laid 4, and he went over 237.
Right. The overnight in Oklahoma City was 3.5. It's up to 4 now, Bri?
I believe it's 4. Yeah, that's what he typed. He laid 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, he laid 4. So we got so far. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have Chip has got the Knicks covering over Atlanta. Rick, St. Mary's minus 11 over Santa Clara. San Diego minus 3. That's game 642. I gave out 2 AAFs: the Memphis Express, the Atlanta Legend. Rick comes in again in the NBA with Oklahoma City minus 4 and over 237. And Brian, you're on deck here, buddy.
I like your Memphis play. I actually think that this is a look. What's the number one rule in betting the NFL in week 2 or week 3? It's always avoid the teams that have won in week 1, right? Because the public always overreacts. And I think you take a page from that lesson, plan in the NFL. I would tend to take the pigs, the teams that didn't look good in the AAF, and I go over.
Brian, how much public action do you think is coming down on these games?
No,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
In other
put-
words, at the NFL, we have something to play
No,
off.
but
of,
but don't laugh. I was talking to Las Vegas Chris today. He's on Twitter at Las Vegas Chris, and he said there was a tremendous amount of in-game wagering in this league. I mean, a big amount.
The in-game.
The in-game wagering. There's a big amount in this league.
You know, they might have been waiting to see just how these teams play because we haven't seen anything of them. I mean, there were no preseason games for us to evaluate at all.
Yeah, that's a good point, by the way. There probably is not a lot of public money, but I do believe that they are going to get these games much higher scoring before the year is over, and I think there's value going over this week in these games.
Good. Now, okay, so then you've got nothing on the hardwood today except.
I like Atlanta.
So you're going to oppose? You're going to oppose?
I'm riding with Trae Young and his 27-foot 3-pointers, hoping to go in tonight.
Okay, so there's a lot of talk that we can bet on. Now, Brian, here's one thing now that we got a few extra minutes. Hey, Joey Casano Sports, there it is. Cleveland State, Rice plus 3.5, and FAU plus 4. 3 picks, Joey Casano Sports. There it is. Thank you, Joey. Anyway, so Brian, what we are going to get to is here, because we got a couple minutes. What is this thing with Matt Kuchar and his caddy? Is this guy being a cheapskate or what?
It looks like it to me. I think by the letter of the law, he paid the guy what he was entitled to, but he scored over $1 million in this tournament. He pays his caddy $5,000.
He had he grabbed this caddy. He isn't a professional caddy. He grabbed the caddy from the local course, right? And he told me to give him $5,000 on his bag, win or lose. So he got the $5,000, and the other guy made over $1 million. So, it seems like in golf where they have so much money, he could have kicked back a few more dollars to the kid for sure.
But he gave him $5,000 a per tournament.
No, he told me he's going to $5,000 to carry the bag. I guess each day or whatever, but they had agreed upon that. No, whether if he got cut, if he didn't, because if you're on the tour and you have your regular caddy and you don't make the cut, the caddy doesn't get anything. So he was telling this guy he was going to get his money no matter what, and he ends up winning the tournament.
I think it's a bad contract on the part of Kuchar to not incentivize the caddy. That made no sense.
He looks bad on this. He really looks bad.
You know who looks like Matt Kuchar, Frank? You've met him before, but my little brother is a dead ringer for Matt Kuchar. I don't know if you remember meeting him in person. You've met him a couple times. He looks just like Matt Kuchar, but not as cheap.
It'd be nice if he had matching bank accounts.
Now is Matt Kuchar from the Hebrew descent? Because it seems like a golfer like that can cut a deal like that.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Don't go there.
Whoa.
That was bad. Good thing we have a break.
Oh, boy. Is that a good one just before the break? But anyways, folks, Fifth Street Sports, back in 3 minutes.
Is your money, and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com. That's MYEVOZ.com to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline, USA Radio Network. We have a show today, and we've had Oklahoma Brian, my co-host, Chip Chirimbus. I'm Frank Perez. Brian, any closing thoughts for the show today?
Say no to drugs, stay in school, and brush your teeth.
Very nice. Very nice. So, and Chip, any closing thoughts?
Well, it's been a great run right here. I think just follow the leads and you make yourself a winner. ChipWins.com.
How about Fifth Street Sports, baby? 17. Well, we got one from Joey Casano and Fifth Street Sports. We are 16-5, 17-5 today. What is it, Brian? We got St. Mary's -11, San Diego -3, Oklahoma City -4, and over. And you like Atlanta. He likes the Knicks. We gave out the Memphis and Atlanta also in the AAF. So write those down, folks. We've been really hot.
Yep. No animals were harmed in the production of this show. I'd like to throw that out there also.
No.
Very nice. Yeah, we need all the kudos we can get, buddy. And not only that, the weather has not gone up, so we have nothing to do with global warming. There's
snowed in Seattle. What do you mean?
It's snowed in Seattle. What else can we do? Okay, and get solar. Get solar if you can. There's a lot of great programs out there now. But so Brian, today we got 4, 5, 6, 7. Tomorrow we got Alan Michaels from On Pit Road Racing. He's going to preview the whole Daytona.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. That'll be a lot of fun.
That'll be great.
I want to make some wagers on this Daytona. I told him, please have us some angles in the matchups, any kind of values for anything. So to the listeners, tune in tomorrow. It's going to be Oklahoma Brian, maybe Florida Rick, Alan Michaels from On Pit Road Racing, Frank Perez. We will see you tomorrow, folks. We appreciate you. Thank you. Fifth Street Sports, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.